Well, hey garden friends, it's Destry. Welcome back to my Oregon yard. Today we are putting in a brand new garden bed. Like we're talking, there's nothing there. We're gonna be setting up the drip lines. We're gonna be planting a bunch of perennials. I am so excited for this project. I don't have very much of my property yet that's sort of like doesn't, just bare land, doesn't have anything left. And this is one of the only spaces where I can just start a brand new garden bed. I'm so excited. Now, the other thing about this project is I'm going to be trying to do this for zero money. So, meaning I'm not going to go plant shopping. I'm not going to go buy anything. I'm going to either divide things or I'm going to look around and see what I already have in my garden in pots, especially things like perennials that I can just use in this project and get in the ground. So, let's go ahead and get started putting in a brand new garden bed today. Well, friends, today is the day. Today's the day I'm going to be finally planting up this new garden bed, or at least starting to. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that this is a blank area on the side of my property. And I've done a lot of work over on this side to make it really beautiful and do lots of plants. But this side has not been hooked up to irrigation until today. So Corey's going to help me with hooking this up to irrigation, some drip irrigation, which means I can finally get over here and plant. So most of these plants I just gathered from around the yard. A lot of them I had in pots, things that were blooming earlier in the season and now are really not. So let me take you through a few things here. So this is a hebe that I did put in the ground at the beginning of summer, and it's doing okay. Like I said, it hasn't been hooked up to drip, but I do see a few buds. I think it's struggling with some kind of fungus or something, which is kind of why I stuck it in the ground. It just wasn't looking that great in a pot, but it seems to be doing okay. So I do have another hebe. This one has also been in a pot, and it's looking really great. This one is called the Grace Kelly. So I thought I would put the other hebe here. And then in the back, I did get a lemony lace elderberry, and it has also been in a pot, but you can see it's kind of on the struggle bus. I don't know. I don't think it's getting enough sun or something. So I'm just going to be popping that into the ground. I also have two rosemary bushes, which are just looking okay. I probably will trim them back, but I'm ready for them to get out of those pots. So I thought I would use those in this planting. And then I did scoop up three new hydrangeas because I wanted blue. I wanted a purpley blue hydrangea. So we'll see how these do. This one is from, let's see, Northwest Grown, and it doesn't really say much about it. It's a hydrangea, but you guys, they were on sale for $9. So I got three of them. And this one, you can see I've already deadheaded all of the blooms off that one because they were all just crispy. But these two are still looking pretty good. So let's see, I've got the other rosemary in the back on this side. And then these are two of the Fairy Tale Bride hydrangeas. These ones were pretty expensive. They're proven winners, but I think they've got spider mites or something. I don't know. They're not really doing anything. And I've had them on my patio in pots, and I'm trying to get some of these out of pots so that I can do some fall planting. And these were in some really pretty pots. So I'm just going to put them in the ground. We'll see what they do. And then the last two I have here are some callas, some calla lilies that were in an area which got way too much shade. It looks like this one might be a white or a yellow, but they just weren't producing anything where they were. And every year they push foliage like this and then no blooms. So I thought, well, let's put them somewhere where they can get a little bit more sun and hopefully they will do a little bit better. And then the last little thing I have here, you guys, the tag's not in it. I know it's some kind of little shrub. Again, I think it has spider mites. So I'm going to be cutting all this back once I get it in the ground. I think it's like a sweet orange, I think is what the name of it is. Something like that. I got it in the spring, and I know it's a perennial shrub. So everything I'm putting in here is perennial. And so I kind of just raided my garden. I went around, looked through pots. In fact, I might look for more just to kind of start off this garden bed. So it's a little hodgepodge, but I think it'll look great just to have something planted here. So this is what we are going to be working on today. So Corey's going to be working on the drip aspect of this. I'm going to get in here and start to plant some of these. Hopefully the ground isn't too hard. And then once it's hooked up to drip, it'll just be kind of a set it and forget it type of planting. And hopefully, this will be a good start to try to get some perennials over in this side of the garden where there really isn't anything. And in fact, it's not even, well, it's technically my garden, but it's over on this side area of our house. So brand new garden bed today, brand new drip irrigation. We're going to be getting some plants in the ground. So I'm super excited about this. And just to show you how lush this other side of the kind of driveway, not driveway, but the street garden is. I mean, I have just planted and planted and planted, and everything's just grown up and it's looking so good right now. Especially this Rebecca right now is just going crazy. These black-eyed Susans, they spread like wildfire. So again, I might get in here and divide some of these. I don't know if I'll do that today. I definitely have some stuff in this garden bed though that I could divide and move over to that new area just to create more consistency. But I think it's going to be so great to finally have something on the other side of the big tree and just kind of finish out the planting over here. So if you have a sort of neglected area of your, property or something, stick some plants in the ground, see what you can come up with. And I'm going to be working with these perennials today. So Corey's out here. We are breaking ground. Super exciting. He's going to get some holes dug for me. And I'm going to go run around the yard and see if there's anything else perennial wise that I have in pots, anything that like needs to go in the ground. It's not too hot today, thinking about getting into fall. Fall is a great time to plant perennials as well, but thinking about just getting some of this stuff out of the pots and into the ground today. So it's super exciting. Corey's really excited about it because he's got to dig all the holes. he's a good sport.
What guy and boy doesn't like to dig, right?
He says, what guy doesn't like to dig? I don't know. Seems like a lot of work. I'm going to go grab some granular fertilizer too to kind of give these a jump start. And some of them I might cut back as well. I don't know. We'll see. I found 2 more perennials. This one is a pink profusion salvia. Doesn't look like much, but it's a perennial. It's got some green growth, so it'll come back. So I'm going to include that. And then I found this guy. I don't really know what this is, you guys. This is like some kind of shrub. What is this? It's a Comprosia rainbow, evergreen, attractive leaves, drought tolerant. So again, in the vein of getting stuff out of pots and into the ground, I'm going to stick this one in the ground. It's kind of pretty. It has like a little pink tipping on the leaves. So we're going to find a spot for this. Salvia will get pretty big. Let's see here where we need to fill in. So I'm going to be using some True Organics. This is just one I grabbed. This is the rose and flower food. So I'm going to be putting a little bit of this in the holes. I figured it would be good for the hydrangeas, and I'm planting several hydrangeas here, and I figure the rest of the plants will benefit as well. And then I also grabbed this one, which I just got. This is my Macdina, which I'm super excited about. So this one is kind of a ground cover. This is from Monrovia. I'm going to stick this in this garden bed as well. So yeah, got to get in here and start planting. I think I'm going to start in the back. I can't believe I can believe, but I can't believe I had this many plants. I could make a whole garden bed just of what I had in pots. It's pretty insane.
Have you met my wife?
Wait, say that again.
Have you met my wife?
I have a lot of plants in pots. I tend to buy plants without having a place to actually put them. So now I have a place to put them. Isn't this great?
You have a place right now to put them, but tomorrow, not
The,
so much. Not so much.
okay, but all the rest of the plants I have in pots are annuals. So that means they're just going to die and be
Oh,
done.
okay.
Mostly.
Yeah, until next spring. Until next spring.
Yeah, unless I overwinter them in the greenhouse.
But next spring, all these hydrangeas are going to be too big, and then this stuff's going to have to be relocated anyway,
No,
right?
no, it's
No,
going to be
no.
perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay, we're making progress here. I'm going to move on to these two hydrangeas and then the Macdina. And we're getting there. We're making some progress. Once you gather all the plants, it doesn't take too long to get them all going. Now this root ball is kind of smaller and this hole is pretty big, but it's all right.
So we just got all this stuff planted up. Dexter's going to rake it out, and we're going to water it in. And then I went and got some of this from the Ewing Irrigation this morning, and we're going to pull off this area. So we've had this area drip system for a couple of years, and it seems to be doing great, obviously. So I'm just going to pull off of here, you know, with more hose and run it behind the tree, and just do another loop, basically through here. So we're going to come through and just kind of loop it through, and should do fine. So should be pretty easy, should be fairly quick, and that's knock on wood.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so quick project update right now. Corey is getting all of the drip irrigation tied in. So you can see right here is where he tied it into our existing drip line with just a T coupler, I believe is what it's called. And then it goes behind the tree here. Sorry about the lighting. And then he's doing kind of a big loop and then one in the center there to make sure that all of these new plants get some water, including the hebe that's been hanging out.
We're hooked up.
And we're hooked up, he says. So let me go around the front. Now we're gonna water, I'm gonna hand water everything in here in just a second.
You wanna do a trial run?
Yeah, we could do a trial run whenever. I just wanna show the plants too, and kind of, cause I added a few more things. But Corey's gonna try to turn on the drip here and see if it's gonna work. So drum roll.
Front gardens.
Drum roll, please. Okay, I
Gonna
hear
blow a
it.
bunch of air out first. Wow.
Is that normal?
Yeah, it's all
Oh.
the air's in there. It's blowing all the air out.
Blowing the air out. Here it is. Wait, where can you see it? Here it is. Dun, 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 dun. We have water, which means we can have a garden bed over here. It's gonna be so good. So I did find a yarrow, so I put a yarrow here. And then the thing I really like is the 3 blue hydrangeas. 1, 2, this one I cut all the blooms off, and then 3. Let's see, we've got the 2 rosemary in the back, and then the lemony lace elderberry in the middle. We've got this hebe that's quite a bit bigger, but I think what I'm gonna do is cut this back in the fall. And then this hebe, what else? I did put these salvia back in here. It's kind of shady for them, but I'm just tired of them in my front entry pots. And they do have some white flies. So I think they will perennialize and come back. I don't know if you can see all the white flies flying away, but I'm just tired of them. So I stuck them in the ground. This one I'm gonna cut back because I'm pretty sure it has spider mites. So I'm gonna cut that one back. But yeah, it's looking really good. And then we did up here, I did that one there, the Macdina, and then we've got 1 hydrangea here and 1 hydrangea here. And then the 2 cal lilies. I also took the rake and I kind of raked everything out, but at some point we may rebark this year. We may not, but we're gonna grab the hose and just water everything in. But it's pretty amazing that I just had all of this. I either transplanted it, had purchased it, it was in pots, and now we have a whole other garden bed to kind of go with the garden bed over here. So that didn't take too long. How long have we been out here? A couple hours?
What time is it?
2 hours maybe?
2 hours.
It's about 2 hours, thanks to my gardener helper who dug all my...
2 hours plus a trip to the irrigation store.
Oh, 2 hours plus a trip to the irrigation store, plus rounding up all the plants and everything. But yeah, I'm so excited to have all of this in the ground. Hopefully all of these will come back next year and I can continue to add things in. So pretty excited to have this going today. And we pulled out just a ton of black plastic. Unfortunately, there is black plastic, and I pulled out a bunch of garbage so that was in this bed. I also picked up a bunch of the apples from our apple tree that have fallen and are all wormy and kind of gross. So I don't know, I might just, sometimes I put them on the flower stand. People have like animals, like I know I have someone that comes to the flower stand that has pigs. Horses would love these, right? Anything like that, or chickens, or I think chickens can eat apples. I'm not really sure, but I probably wouldn't want to eat them because they're pretty wormy. Yeah, chickens eat apples, right?
They peck at them, yeah.
Yeah, I think they would. So if anyone had animals, this would be perfect. All right, so now we're just gonna go ahead and hand water everything in, just get it settled, and then we're gonna be done with this project for today. Hopefully that water will activate all of the granular fertilizer I put in the bottom of each of the planting holes, which will help them to kind of get established here. All right, guys, well, that's gonna do it for this project and this video today. I hope you liked checking out this project and it gave you some ideas for how you could start establishing a new perennial garden bed in your yard. So go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the project. Let me know what you're working on in your garden spaces. And if you need me and Corey, we'll be doing some gardening. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.